Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Curiosity Box, and in this video I'm going to give you a tour of my newly organised bookcases. So this bookcase is my psychology and fiction to be read bookcase, and this bookcase is my art and design bookcase. So I'm going to give you a tour of each bookcase. I hope you very much enjoy them. Thank you, and thank you for watching this. Yay! So we'll start with this shelf. So these are a magazine series that I found in a real cool second-hand junk shop that sells books and junks and is a garden centre too. And they're like a magazine series from the 70s about men and women. And the reason I'm keeping them is because the articles are quite amusing and interesting, and because there's loads of different pictures in them. There's like art pictures and all 70s pictures, so I like them. On top of those we have my Sandman graphic novels. Then we also have this Empire Movie Almanac, which I got from Empire magazine years and years ago. Then we have Mysteries of the Inner Self and Mysteries of the Mind. And then we have Face, which is that programme that John Cleese did, and it's all about the psychology of faces. Then we have Human by Robert Winston, it's really good, all about humans. Yay! Then we have We Love Jessie J, Jessie J Annual. The Illustrated Atlas of the Human Body. Stephen Hawking, The Illustrated A Brief History of Time. Stephen Hawking, The Universe in a Nutshell. Then we have a graphic novel, The Book of Dreams, so lots of comic strips about dreams, which is really cool. Dare to Be Different, 101 Unconventional Careers. Test Your Cat's IQ kind of thing, so you loads of test your cat's IQ. Then we have Marie Antoinette, the script book, it's got lots of pictures in. Then we have I Heart Huckabees, the shooting scripts book. I Avatar, that's really good. The Cyberculture's Reader. The Great Loves box set from the Book People. Science Fiction Stories, Plate Speak, which is books all made out of number plates like stories. And they're all number plates. So there's that. This shelf is a bit of a tight squeeze shelf, but it is organised. And we also have Football Skills and Tactics, Revision GCSE Maths, Joy of Knowledge Volume 11, which I got from the same shop as these things, and that's got inside gadgets and all about yarn, fibres and things. And we have Top Gear Wear Stick, and we have 8,000 Things You Should Know. I plan to use this as a storybook for a baby, because I'm not going to read proper stories out, I'm going to read 8,000 Things You Should Know and just loads of science. Then we have Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook. I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons, but I thought the handbook's quite interesting to read. And then we have this, which is Female Gamers, and it's sort of like a comedy guide about female gamers, which is quite funny, but I haven't actually properly read it. Then we have 3D Expo 1862, which is absolutely awesome. Then we have NTV The Real World, and I discovered when I was sorting out my books how obsessive I am at making lists, because I just did all these lists about how old people are, and I just did all these lists and groupings, which was a bit bonkers, but I kept the book because I thought it's interesting. These shelves are useful. And then we have a Ricky Martin book, which I'm really keeping because there's a band that was on the telly and they lived near me and I met them and they had some Sammy Ricky Martin book which I had just bought. So that's the only reason I'm keeping the Ricky Martin book. And then we have The Interrogative Mood, a novel, Earth, a Visitor's Guide, 3D Hollywood photographs, except I've lost that came with like proper special 3D glasses things, and I've lost the special 3D glasses. It uses proper the different ones. It doesn't use red and blue, it uses especially made ones, so I lost the glasses for that, which is really annoying. And on top here we have a One Direction book, 100 lyrics. Then we have a big book of 8 set of everything, a compendium of general knowledge.
Then we have my Game of Thrones books all tucked away nice and neat in the corner here, because I've read all the books available now, so I'm just waiting for the next ones when it eventually completes them. So going up to this next shelf, this is my to be read fiction shelf, and I have some bookmarks here. And on this end we have Patrick Rothfuss' Name of the Wind, Gold, Little Star. We have 3 Being Human novels and an official guide to being human. Then we have What They Do in the Dark, How to Live Safely in a Science Fictional Universe, Mist, It's Not Me, It's You, which is John Richardson, and it's really cool because I love John Richardson, he's awesome. Then we have Jimmy Coates' Power, which I recently won on Twitter. Then we have The Name of the Star, Silk, Florence and Giles, Manhood for Amateurs, How to Be a Woman, How to Leave Twitter, Middle Earth 2, actually, The Fading, Second World, Nicholas and the Gang, Miracle on Regent Street, Forgotten, Hurry Up and Wait. This one's called Number 4 by Mike Lancaster. We've got Ultraviolet, The Coalition Chronicles, Who's Laughing Now, The Story of Jessie J, Nicholas, Jada Picoult and her daughter, Between the Lines, Parade's End with Benedict Cumberbatch on the cover, and Insurgent. Then my different bookmarks. So those are those 2 shelves. Then on this next shelf we have Kathy's Key, Aphrodite's Workshop for Reluctant Lovers, The World of Norm May Cause Irritation, Molesworth, Speak, The Book of Human Skin, Hector and the Secrets of Love, Finding Sky, Stargirl, The Wonder Spot, Diary of a Mad Bride, Misunderstanding, How to Breathe Underwater, Edition, We Need to Talk About Kevin, The Swan Thieves, The Psychology of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Frankenstein, Meldoror, The Faraway Tree Collection, The Interpretation of Murder, Agatha Christie, The Man in the Brown Suit, I Am Number 4, The Slap, The Family Fang, The Weird Sisters, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Sister Missing, Girl Missing, Divergent, The Secret Shopper's Revenge, Assassin's Creed Renaissance, Memoirs of an Imaginary Friend, Delirium, and The End of Everything. So that's my other to be read fiction shelf. Now these 2 shelves are science, things that I have read and I really like. My childhood favourite ever, and general science and psychology. And on this end we have useful things you need to know if you live in a house, kind of thing. So this is all about house stuff, and this is all about gardening. Then we have some more house stuff and some more fancy schmancy stuff. So to start with this shelf, and this shelf we have the Victorian Asylum, emotional intelligence, the human mind, incognito, the secret lives of the brain, big questions in science, the man who mistook his wife for a hat, a user's guide to the brain, sunbathing in the rain, counting sheep, wasted, stardust, black holes and Uncle Albert, the time and space of Uncle Albert, here I am, the maths gene, how can you tell if a spider is dead, hyperspace, never trust a rabbit, geisha, the time traveller's wife, the list, a love story in 781 chapters, perfume, the Treehorn trilogy, which I love and used to get out from the mobile library all the time at primary school. Every time I got a chance to go on the mobile library, I always got Treehorn. Yeah. And then we have The Rights of the Reader, and my two favourite Roald Dahl books, SEO Trapped and The Magic Finger. Then we have this play, which I got from chucking out. The teacher was chucking it out at school, so I nabbed it, and it's quite good. Then we have Dave Gorman versus the Rest of the World, Rapture, The Twilight Zone Companion, The Twilight Zone Complete Stories. Then we have Twilight Zone TV Guide, The World of Norm May Contain Nuts, Where's Wally collection of books in a little miniature pack with a Where's Wally magnifying glass, and my favourite kids science thing, and it comes with this magnet, and it's really cool, and these teddy bear glasses have stuck to the magnet, so yeah, that's how strong the magnet is. And then we have The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, The Consuming Instinct, I Am a Strange Loop, The Prisoner Handbook, that is, then Prisoner from the Inside, and Genius. So those are the books on that shelf, and then on this shelf up here we have a sociology textbook and the sociology revision book, 50 philosophy ideas, 50 psychology ideas, Living Sensationally, which is all about being aware of your senses and your sensory world, Illustrated Dictionary of Maths, The Mind's Eye, The Happiness Project, Virtually You, The Dangerous Powers of the E-Personality, Rough Guide to the Brain. Then we have a medical dictionary, Critical Mass, How One Thing Leads to Another, This Is Your Brain on Music, The Quantity Theory of Insanity, Irrationality, All About Love, Anatomy of an Unruly Emotion, Focus, Use the Power of Targeted Thinking to Get More Done, Sophie's World, The Psycho Box, A Book of Surrealist Games, Mirror Worlds, Astonish Yourself, 101 Experiments in the Philosophy of Everyday Life, Understand Philosophy, Understand Psychology, Be the Person You Want to Find, There Is Nothing Wrong with You, The Oxford Handbook of Internet Psychology, The Art of Letter Writing, The Gentlewoman's Companion, Amelia Falls in Love, Rules of Thumb, The Wonderful Weekend Book, House Rules, Meet Me at the Cupcake Cafe, and I've got these Art of Conversation cards, Games to Play with Your Cat, then we have a Jargon Buster on 140 Phrases De-Geeked, The Rules of Association Football,
Secrets of Screen Acting, Stanislavski, an Actor's Handbook. Then we have The Bruins, and they're still about gardening. And then we have My Bruins, which is all about house stuff. So that is that shelf. So now I'll take it to the next shelf up, and it might get a bit shaky because I can't get my webcam any higher. So up here we have Titania's Oracle, Zillions, the Book of Fortune, the Universal Dream Book, the Language of Flowers, the Illustrated Guide to Crystals, and a card all about crystals. And we have the Pathfinder Tarot, the Lost Zodiac. Then we have Crystal Love, Quirky Alone, Fern and Holly, the Ego Trick, What Does It Mean to Be You, Alain de Botton, Essays in Love, What French Women Know, A Woman's Guide to Finding Her Inner French Girl, Change Your Life in 7 Days, Paul McKenna, I Can Make You Happy, Paul McKenna, The Telltale Brain, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Relationship, Ideas and Psychoanalysis books. We have Guilt, Anxiety, Affect and Emotion, Hysteria, Fancy, Castration and Perversion, Crying, Hysteria, Positive Thinking, Sybil, Multiplicity, the New Science of Personality, Taming Your Gremlin, a Master Class in Gremlin Taming, The Gifts of Imperfection, Finding the Real Me, True Tales of Sex and Gender Diversity, Body Language, Emotional Healing, Personal Development all in one, Improving Your Relationship, the Dialectical Behaviour Therapy Skills Workbook, and some magazines that were free in a paper all about love and sex. So that is the completion of this particular bookcase.